As .NET developers, we all know that the .NET framework is dead. .NET Core is almost in that state, and now we have to use .NET. The terminology is really confusing. .NET framework, .NET Core, now .NET, whatever it is, we have to convert into .NET 6, which is the current LTS. When it comes to .NET, they have taken the .NET Core programming model. The .NET Core programming model comes with a inbuilt dependency injection and ILogger usage, and there are many things which are opinionated in the framework. Not really opinionated, it is coming as a NuGet package, but most of the people in the .NET Core and .NET world uses that mechanism. So this is a background and the problem. We have an application more than 500,000 or 1 million lines of code we need to convert without stopping any of the business features. Here is a list of items what we are going to cover in this video. So there will be a demo of a simple .NET framework application. Then we'll start using .NET Core programming model into the same application, and we will be keeping the same runtime .NET 4.8. What is not included is the environment setup. This video is expecting basic idea about .NET framework, .NET Core programming model, and using Visual Studio and things like that. So let's start the demo. Let us run the application, then I will explain how it is done. So I'm selecting the option 1. I have to enter the first number, second number, then it will be showing what is the sum. This is completely done in .NET framework. Let us understand how it is done. This is a program and the main function. So here we can see options executor dot execute. This is a menu, and I have added one option find sum and another option exit. I am using a NuGet package called EC console. So we don't need to write all the code saying enter the option, enter the first number, things like that. Let us go to this option class. Here we can see input.readInt number 1, input.readInt number 2, and just writing to the myTracer class. So this input again coming from the EC console NuGet package. So myTracer is using console load write line. In reality, it may not be writing to console. An enterprise application may be writing to any kind of enterprise grade log aggregators. Now let us add an additional option to the options executor. Look at the line number 18. I just pasted find area of a circle. So this is a new feature we are going to add into the existing application. So ideal situation, we should be able to convert the entire application into .NET Core programming model, and we can even change the target runtime. But here we don't have budget for changing the existing code, but we have to use the new programming model when we are coding the new feature. So similar to some option, we added area option and .execute. Let us go to the execute method. Here we can see lot of lines that are used to create the .NET Core programming infrastructure. Instead of simply asking for the radius and finding the area, we are creating a service collection, and we are creating a service provider. Then we are creating the actual object of the class that is going to execute the operation. So before we go further, include these many packages into the project. First line, just creating a service collection. In the configure services method, we are adding dependencies using add singleton method. We can add scoped, we can add as transient. There are multiple methods. We are not going to dig deep into that. So once we add these many dependencies, we are configuring to use the appSettings.json. Then I am building the configuration. Then I am adding the logging. Configure.add legacy trace logger. Here we can see it is legacy trace logger provider. Here if we go, we can see it is creating the legacy trace logger. If we go inside the legacy trace logger, we can see it is using the myTracer to send the log messages. So basically we are implementing our own ILogger and routing the log messages to the existing logging infrastructure. So here we are starting with the orchestrator and just run. The orchestrator code is in the modern folder, area option orchestrator. So that's what we have mapped here. So in area option orchestrator, we can see it is just reading the radius and it is calling another dependency, circle area calculator. This dependency is injected using the constructor injection. And also we can see there's a ILogger dependency. So if we go here, circle area calculator. Now the duty of this class is to find the area using the formula pi r square. Now the catch is the value of the pi, either we can hard code or we can get that as a dependency. So here the value of pi is coming as a dependency. If you look at the dependency injection map, we can see pi value provider is having something called hard-coded pi value provider. Simple class just returning the value of pi adjusted to 2 decimal points. In production, everybody knows for doing a simple thing, nobody will be doing this kind of dependency injection. but this is an scaled down version of how a big enterprise application will look like and how we can gradually implement the new .NET Core programming model into an existing .NET Framework application without dedicating a release just for converting into .NET Core. The entire sample I have demoed is available in the GitHub. I will be giving the link in the description as well. In case this helped, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching the video. Bye.